changing lives.
To you, good evening to you, my lovely viewer and listener. Thank you so much for watching Love at Home on Hope TV. Yes, I have good news for you. Love at Home and Hope Channel is free to air now. It means that you can watch us on your set. Remember to share, like this program and all our content on Hope TV, because we have more to give you. On Love at Home, we unlearn and learn and unlearn. Our duty is to help prepare families to meet Christ in his soon return. How are you managing your children? How is your partner managing you? And how are you also managing your partner? This and many more things are discussed on Love at Home. I'm Efia Sewa Mansa. Today is another interesting week or topic, and we'll be sharing with you a lot. Today we want to look at language codes for today's children. Guidance for parents. Is that the case? Today's children are talking about technology, where they are talking about emojis, they are talking about some abbreviations and some other context some parents do not actually understand. On this show, we want to whet your appetite to learn them, so that from here you can go and learn more and to understand what your children are saying. Whatever they are writing, you can understand and see how to support your children. Let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we start our discussion. We'll be right back. Thank you so much.
Wake up, Ghana. The countdown to 2025 is on, and you are invited to the biggest and most electrifying praise experience of the year. Medimafo United in Praise 2024. This isn't just another concert. It's the ultimate worship explosion at the National Theatre.
Live on stage is Celestine Donko, Marketing, Shadrach Amwakon, Sabs, One Voice, and many more.
Get ready for a faith-filled, high-energy celebration to kickstart your 2025 in style. Tickets, 100 Ghana cedis.
Dial *928 *528# for your ticket. Adult 100 cedis, children 50 cedis.
Grab yours now and get a free Hope Channel shirt while stocks last. December 31st, gates open at 6 p.m. live at the National Theatre. This isn't just a concert. This is your spiritual renewal for 2025. Yes, tickets are selling fast. Make plans for an unforgettable night of praise and worship. This is your night. This is your moment. Be there.
This event is brought to you by Medimafo Herbal Clinic.
Waited on us. The program is Love at Home on Hope TV or Hope Channel Ghana. Thank you so much. And we are discussing language codes for today's children, guidance for parents. I have a very young and handsome and beautiful gentleman. He goes by the name Mr. David Jedu. He actually got married. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Mr. Jedu.
Thank you.
How is marriage?
Oh, it's fine.
It's fine. About how many days now?
I think 12 to 13 days now.
13 days. So you write an essay for me to tell me more about your 13 days in marriage. So I wish you all the best. He actually goes by the name DK Cyber. He loves educating people on cyber securities, the digital space, parents and children. That is why we have to call him to help us do this discussion. So you are welcome so much.
Thank you.
But how was your day?
Oh, it's fine.
Madam too is doing well.
Exactly.
You see how I'm stressing there. I love it when you are getting married and people are getting married and they are expressing what God wants us to do.
Exactly.
So I wish you all the best in your marriage.
Thank you.
Just follow what God says you should do. Everything will be fine.
Exactly.
All right. So now let's start our discussion. And to you out there, thank you so much for joining us. Remember to share, like. You can also comment through our Facebook comments or our WhatsApp lines 0559680066. You can ask any question, a comment, remarks, or any other. 0559680066. Now let me start. DK, we are talking about language codes.
Yeah.
In this context, where we are talking about communication, what is the meaning?
All right. Thank you very much, and good evening to our viewers and listeners. Yes. So we're looking at language codes and digital ways. So we are talking about the linguistic symbols and means of communicating or talking to each other on a digital space or in the internet. So breaking it down, we're looking at how we talk to each other anytime we have our mobile phones. We come into WhatsApp. That's one of the common areas that we find ourselves. When you go to our Facebook Messenger, Instagram, when we are talking to peers, parents and child, families on church platforms, what we write, what we say, those are the codes. And now we've known that it's not just about writing. Now, if those times I used to say hello, I can shorten it to be hi. If I want to say something now, you can say hello, laugh out loud, you know. And then I can also depict. You can write a whole paragraph to me, and I'll just send one thing to you. And we say, what an insult. Because how can I write like 3 lines? Hello, how are you doing? I hope you are blessed and everything. I just send you an emoji.
I normally say you guys are lazy.
Yeah, you see, so it is part of communication.
Okay.
And I think we didn't see this in our pattern of communication then, but now knowing how the world is being transformed and how things are changing, that has become part of communication. So when you see emojis, I'm talking about signs, we're going to show that very soon, talking about responding to people with such, it's also part of communication. And not only that, sometimes slangs, they really want to change the way. Sometimes you even see them using pidgin in the way they tell, so sap. You know, it's talking about a whole lot of things, just say sap. You know, he's saying a whole lot of things, SMH, you know, and, you know, those things like, so if you don't understand it, you may have issue with the person you are talking to and hear the contents that are between children and parents in the home. So you feel that your child is becoming disrespectful. Why? Because it's not able to write to you in a long form, you know. But we should accept that now it's part of a communication in terms of a digital way. And I know it has its own side. Anything that we do has its both sides, negative and positive. But mostly it's about how you accept it, and that's how you're going to accept it being a disadvantage or advantage to your home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I understand what you are saying, you know. But now I want us to look at whether or not today's parents can really adjust to this. Even though today we want to learn some few things, can we really adjust? Because my time, my parents bought storybooks for me and asked me to read. Yeah. So I remember when I turned some puberty, my father, instead of talking to me about what it means to menstruate and all that, he bought a series of books. Yeah. And so I had to read the book, and I read. Yeah. But today, I guess the children do not have time to read. How do we move ourselves into their space now?
All right, thank you very much. I've seen that there is a drastic change in the way that we do things globally, in the way work ethics are, the way family ethics are, and the fact that you are not able to see physical books on the counter for people. And now we are seeing the emerging of digital books, where a day I can read like half a book And now some of the books we can download them audio. The fact that I'm not reading doesn't mean sometimes myself when I'm driving and I'm able to, I can listen to my book whilst it plays back to me. So the fact that I don't have the physical book doesn't mean that we are not reading. Now I understand that those times the part of communication or the way communication pattern was quite different. Now, so parents adjusting to the current trend of communication becomes a problem. And always we feel that this time of era is not the best than then, you know, when you're looking at the parent context. But you can see that this era too has its own advantages. Now, let's break it down. Now, you see, those time I began to interact with computers, I think secondary school. That's when I saw computers and these things. But you can bear with me that now the kids at class 3, at least they are with tablet. They are looking on the screens of tablet. They are playing games now. Books are being transformed in a game. I know some games, after playing the whole episode, you had finished reading or you finished going through a narrative story.
Okay.
You understand? After listening to a puzzle, you finish reading some particular book that those time we have to buy them. So the fact that we are not reading books today doesn't mean that they are not reading. That's the point here. Now, when it comes to the parents able to adjust or not, it depends on the home. It depends on the type of home we are talking about. Now, we should all understand that there is a change. And I'm not talking about political change. Here we are talking about a change that is affecting everything.
Okay.
The way we talk, the way we speak, the way we communicate, the way we fellowship, the way we do things are different. So if you are watching me those times, you used to go to fellowship, you used to go to Sabbath school, but now you can join Sabbath school on Hope TV. It's a thing that wasn't there 20 years ago. It came, and now we have embraced it, and it's helping. Now, so that should tell that there's a change in the way we do things.
Okay.
Now, so if there's a home and we keep doing the same thing for, let's say, about 15, 10 years, and there's no change, you are not seeing the change, that means that you are not ready for the adaptation. Now, so how do these parents adapt to these things? Now, you need to understand the current trend of communication.
So the key word is to understand it.
Understand it. Now, understanding it, that means that you are availing yourself to learn.
Okay.
Here, it's not. It's sometimes we should allow the kids to teach us. You see, the part here is that we want to be able to flow with our children. We want to understand them. When we want to create that impression whereby they could feel free to come and talk to you. Your child can come and sit, Mom, Sab, start talking, and then you could understand where he or she is going. There are some times that you can correct them.
Of course.
That when they are going astray or they are using it too much, let them know it even affects their easy writing. But you see, the way that we're doing things, now things has changed. The way those times the mind was playing fully, now things has changed. Now the mind is being reserved for other things. That's where we have the integration of AI. Now the child can write an essay to you if you like it or not, even on WhatsApp, because WhatsApp has an AI. To do that. So the fact that you are thinking that, your child has to be able to write well, yes, it's true. They need to. So you need to be able to guide them. The point here is that the parents has to be ready to understand the kids so that they can communicate.
Okay.
And you see, sometimes today, how long do we spend or how much time do you have with the kids? Definitely the kids spend more time with their peers in schools around than us. So the kind of communication that they have with them, it's more enhanced, they have more communication with them than we the parent or you the parent in the house. So definitely the impact level of they bringing the type, the way they communicate with their peers to the home, it's quite easy.
Yeah.
And now this is the case that when they bring it, you don't accept it. You rubbish it.
So they feel rejected.
They feel rejected. They are not able to talk to things that they have to discuss with their mother, the father. You see them discussing with their peer. And I'm sharing something that I was training some kids in their house. I was just training them on IT, digital things and those things, computer stuff, right? Now, so this is like a good home to stay. You know, that the children go to good school. So the way the parents see this case, like this case are reserved, they don't talk, they are. But when I come, I move upstairs with them. We're able to flow. But when they see that the parents, the mom is just coming around, the communication, they keep quiet. So I was thinking that no, there's something wrong. So I realized that the communication was not flowing.
The gap is wide.
The gap is wide. And I saw that the parent kind of, the education level, but that shouldn't be the problem. Because the parents were holding to the old communication method.
Okay.
That it should be this is our way that we know how to do it. And that should be how it is.
Okay.
And the kids are not also able to go through that way with them. So then they become quiet. So issues that are bothering them, that I believe they should have shared with their mother,
they
the
were rather
father,
sharing
they
with
rather
you.
share with
so
me.
Supposing you were a bad person.
I'll have bad influence on them.
Yeah.
Why? Because I understood their communication pattern.
Oh gosh.
So what type of communication pattern we are talking about? We are talking about a communication pattern where there could be shortening of language. There could be slangs. There could be pidgin. There could be emojis. There could be shortening of the way you can write a lot, and you can just say one or two things, and you should understand them.
DK, you are talking about emojis. You are talking about similes and.
All right.
What are
okay,
they?
so these emojis,
So
I wish that
let's
put them on the screen so that we understand these emojis and every emoji and what it means.
Okay.
It tells much story. So if you look at this one, the very first one, we have love, meaning love. So under love, we have all these emojis, right? So any of that depicts love. So any of these emojis depict love, and these we use them based on the research. It's being used. We use them almost about 22.5% in our communication, right? So that's love, and sometimes sadness.
But DK, wait. Even under the love, there are so many signs or symbols for the love.
Yeah.
I see love where I see there is heart.
Yes.
A heart-to-heart issue.
Yeah.
I also see love where there is a lip.
Yeah.
Somebody with a red lip.
Yeah.
So you can show love, but I think in different ways.
In different ways,
so
exactly.
So as a parent, how do I know, for example, if my son or my girl is sending a text to somebody and he's showing the red lip with the kissing sign, it means I should be on the watch out.
Yes. So if you see this type of communication going out, and knowing that, okay, it's talking about different sex here, then you should know the type of communication pattern. You understand? And it's very important for parents to note these things. Because, see, I know a type of children today that they hardly write.
Yeah.
So you take their phones and you will not understand what they are saying. Because it's full of emojis.
Okay.
And they communicate better with such emojis. So you look at these ones, so you see the way it's going. We have normal ones, heart ones. We're talking about emotional love. So here we have emotional love. We can have agape love there.
Hey, you are telling me.
we have some kind of those love there. Then we come to sadness.
Okay.
So we have sadness, and that you see something crying. And when you see a heartbreak, it's talking about emotional sadness. So if you see your child,
so that one is not broken heart.
It's emotional sadness.
And so it can mean broken heart.
That's how you say it.
Yes.
That's how you say it. But it's emotional sadness.
Okay.
So emotional sadness means that something that has happened, emotionally, So if you see a parent, you see your child, having a discussion with somebody, and you see that going on, then you should be curious to find out. See, you can take your child phone, but you will not understand what they are saying. And that is deadly and dangerous on the part of the parent.
Yeah.
Because you don't understand what has happened.
Yeah.
Full of emojis. And now, you see, the emojis, these ones are already built emojis by WhatsApp or by the platform.
They are inbuilt.
Inbuilt.
Okay.
We can also generate our own emojis. Create our own images. That is where sometimes it becomes very scary.
So if I understand you, you're saying that parents should take time to learn some of these things.
Yes, understand.
By so doing, they can equally communicate with their children and also understand what their children are sharing outside. Okay, now I see a sign like celebration.
Yeah.
Where there is a cake.
Yeah.
and 2 wine glass.
Yeah.
So there's a sign, people are jubilating, I guess.
Yeah, so maybe your graduation, you can share this. Days that your birthday, your happiest day, you know, in communications around that,
But
their celebration.
I see pleading.
Yeah.
And look at this sign.
Yeah.
If my son or daughter sends me this, I won't know what it is.
But maybe
and I will say my son or daughter doesn't understand.
Yeah. But he or she does.
Doesn't respect for sending me this as a sign of pleading.
But this is pleading. That's pleading.
And so when my son sends me or daughter sends me this, I should take it lightly.
Likely. Because these
DK,
are, you see,
he is supposed to write. In our time, you have to write, Daddy, I am sorry, and apologize and all that.
Yeah, you see, that's why I'm saying that now the world is changing. And it's not only your home that this is affecting. We are talking about a global change, you know. This doesn't make the child to be, let's say, disrespecting, but it's the way that things are going now. And the association, the places that we formed, you know, that is affecting these things. So the child can just send one icon, and it means a lot of things, and the father may not understand. But I see sometimes too, the children should also understand the type of parents they have.
And the generational gap now.
You understand? So and this generational gap is creating a lot of problems. It's creating a lot of problems. It's making the youth not be able to jeer with. You know, we've created that gap. So you see mother and children not able to communicate like those times. Now, you know, even some of the kids are even afraid or they feel shy to come to the parents with some basic things. You know, I believe you dealt within this area, so you know what I'm saying, that even girls are doing menstruation, they feel shy to even tell their parents. They feel shy to say about one or two things, you know. They feel shy, a guy sent me this icon. Mommy, what does it mean? You should be able to send to Mommy, I received this icon from this my church member. This elder sent me this icon. Can you tell me what it means? Maybe the elder or the let me say.
Don't say what you're about to say.
So maybe the church member sent a heartbeat. You know, it could be so many things. It could mean so many. Okay, let me go through your conversational pattern, and then you could understand where that is coming from. You see, so if there is no that kind of communication rapport within the parent or in the home, these are some of the things that we're going to have. We're going to see this a lot, and it's going to affect things. So what we have to understand today is that the way our parents, 2000 communication is different from 2010 communication. And 2010 communication is becoming different from 2024 communication. So let's understand that, and let's start learning them. Let's become abreast of them so that we can fit into how they are.
DK, I want us to look at some of the strategies. So I want to know, for example, how can parents initiate conversations about the language their children use online? You see, I remember one of my children said, I'm not supposed to go to Snapchat.
Yeah.
Because what is there, I won't like it. I was like, no, I need to, and so because of that, I have to go there.
Yeah.
So there are certain online platforms that they know WhatsApp. I mean, they know what is going on there.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to initiate myself into it, one, so that I can understand and redirect my child?
All right, thank you very much. So one of the things is that now the parents, I believe, you could see a parent buying smartphone for the kids, and he or she is using YAM or on smartphone. So yes, whatever your child is using, use even better one. So if your child is using a lesser, get a smartphone for yourself. Now, be friends with your child on all social platforms. Very important. So if your child is on Snapchat, be on Snapchat. Now, whatever you see on Snapchat that you don't understand, ask your child. Junior, come here. I saw these things. What does it mean? You see, Junior or not, Mommy, this one, it means laugh out loud. Oh. Don't say anything. Good night. Oh, okay. Then you add it to your iCard by learning.
Yeah.
Because even now, going away from this, and even some of the platforms, executive platforms, you see these emojis flying on it.
Yeah.
So how would you understand?
Yeah.
You are on a chat platform, you're on a business platform. Sometimes they use these emojis to do communication.
Yes.
So you need to understand them, use them by yourself or for yourself. It helps you. So now the first thing here is that we need to be on all the social platforms they are on it. To the kids or the platform, we need to be on it. We should, if we don't know, either you are asking your children to show you, or sometimes knowing your children how they are, you can rather get somebody, an uncle, an auntie, somebody who has a little bit knowledge in these tech stuffs. Oh, please, can you help me understand these things, these emojis? What does this mean? Or better still, you can easily ask your AI on WhatsApp. Now, WhatsApp, when you go to WhatsApp, you see the blue icon, there's a blue something down there. You click on it, takes you to AI. You say LO, what the meaning of this?
LO means?
Yes, then it tells you, okay, laugh out loud, shame something, you know, all those things, then it tells you. So by so doing, you have availed yourself to learn. By not going to any university, it is not about education, something. You're talking about training.
Okay.
Even in your businesses, you have informal training,
Yeah.
you have other trainings that you give to yourself. That's the training we need today. So you give yourself training, then you allow your kids to also help you, you know, not in any part. Sometimes when they are saying it, you see, they feel shy to even tell you. Then it's okay, don't worry. Then you go find out, then you come and educate them.
All right.
So sometimes when your child is saying something, mommy, this one there, so it's like you showing this your child, maybe their broken heart, you know. I mean, this one there is like, if somebody has broken your heart too. Oh, really? Know about that? Then you make it more conversational, then you educate them. You see, where you have gotten to is that you cannot put the kids under the table. You cannot be those harsh on them like den time that, you know, after school come and be inside. Your child can be inside her room or his room by speaking to millions of people online. Do you know about that?
Yeah.
Yes, so it is not about where they are, how you are treating them. It's about making it more conversational.
Okay.
If you are that parent, strict parent that, oh, you know, my child shouldn't be doing that, you see them rather doing it without you not knowing. And sometimes you start asking their friends, knowing some of the friends that they move with, you start checking them, you know. All those things will help you, the parent, to understand how your child is communicating and what they are doing. And you see, it's also a matter of times and seasons. See, so normally, if you see, I normally deal with a lot of youth. So normally you see in the church, when the children start going to secondary school, when they come, they even Sabbath school, when they come, you know, they don't want to even go to their respective classes again. They feel they are, you know, you see that kind of thing, because they have gone to see something different. So now the child is coming home with something different. You should be able to at least understand that time. So you see that time when he comes, he starts forming gangs with the people they are in secondary school. Now he starts leaving his junior brothers that he used to support.
Yes.
So if those time Nana Kwame used to support a Rabna to bath and come to church, now after he's on WhatsApp speaking to the, you record them, what are you doing? He say, oh please, I'm doing an assignment, but you don't know. You see, so we should understand that these kids go through processes, and we should be there for them in any time, any of the processes.
Okay.
After secondary school, it's kind of critical process. Let's get time for them. Let's understand what they are going through.
Dickie, so today you are telling us that parenting and then also being tech doesn't mean one should be educated.
Exactly.
You should avail yourself.
Exactly.
You should be ready to learn.
Yeah.
By so you'll be able to communicate the language that your children are communicating or are saying.
Yeah.
And by so doing, you will understand them.
Yeah.
And they will also understand you. All right. It's becoming interesting. Let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we continue. But I'm reminding you to share your questions with us on 0559-680066. We are still discussing the language codes for today's children, guidance for parents. We'll be right back. Please stay tuned. Thank you.
Wake up, Ghana. The countdown to 2025 is on, and you are invited to the biggest and most electrifying praise experience of the Year. Medimafo United in Praise 2024. This isn't just another concert. It's the ultimate worship explosion at the National Theatre.
Live on stage is Celestine Donko, Marketing, Shadrach Amwakon, Sabs, One Voice, and many more.
Get ready for a faith-filled, high-energy celebration to kickstart your 2025 in style. Tickets, 100 Ghana cedis.
Dial star 928 star 528 hash for your ticket. Adult 100 cedis, children 50 cedis.
Grab yours now and get a free Hope Channel shirt while stocks last. December 31st, gates open at 6 p.m. live at the National Theatre. This isn't just a concert. This is your spiritual renewal for 2025. Yes, tickets are selling fast. Make plans for an unforgettable night of praise and worship. This is your night. This is your moment. Be there.
This event is brought to you by Medimafo Herbal Clinic.
Hallelujah. This is how the Lord had brought us. Aguna Odopin SDA Church presents 40th anniversary with the theme Celebrating 40 years of God's faithfulness. Hope for future generation. These are the activities for the anniversary. 8th December, there will be a cleanup exercise. 11th December, health screening for all. 13th December, there will be a musical concert of which are going to sing and dance to the Lord. And a revival from the 8th to the 12th December with the speaker, Pastor Amos K. Aluchi Alu, the district pastor. And the Grand Derby is on Saturday, 14th December 2024. Time, 9 a.m. from venue, Aguna Odobin SDA Church premises. Guest speakers, Pastor Richard Esiedu Itrakwa, Pastor George Emmanuel Akwa, and Elder Freeman Abuaji. Our host for the day is Pastor Amos K. Aluchi Alu. Invited guests are Honorable Winifred Abedi Enyin, Elder Dr. Richard Woody. Come and join us to celebrate God's goodness.
Hello, thank you so much for waiting on us. You're welcome back, and we are discussing the language codes for the youth of today and how parents can support or how parents can learn. The program is Love at Home, and we are discussing with DK Cyber, who is a tech expert. So you are welcome if you just join us. Thank you. Now, we are still talking about, and my interest here is that how can parents balance the traditional communication skills and today's communication skills?
All right, thank you very much, and good question. Yes, so balancing the traditional ways of communicating to this digital way, I think that it boils down to the parents and each home. You know, so when it comes to being able to balance it, you should be able to understand your level. You know, so we are coming to the parents here. So in the home, the parents should be able to know their level and their stand. So, okay, for me, I'm not that tech person, but I'm somebody that I want to learn these things and able to use them. So now I should be able to know when there's a need for me to do this and when there's a need not for me to do this. So there are some times where, because we are nurturing the children, there are some times that they don't need to also use these technological things so much that they depict from their normal traditions, their normal way of doing things. So in the home, there should be some time that you should be able to know the African proverbs, the old ways of doing things, and also the new ways. So there are times whereby your child, if it becomes like a norm that your child starts speaking to you in a slang way, in a pidgin way, using more emojis, you should be able to find a way to stop him or her at some time that, you know, when he is writing that, you start writing the good one, you know, then you start correcting them that, you know, it's not always, you should know whom you are talking to at this time and what they are doing. So the parent should be able to, it boils down to the parent that there are times whereby you don't also learn this new way of communicating so that you would forgo the old ones, because it is also good for the child to learn how to read and write. It's good for them to know how to write about themselves, and those things help, because I believe that for me, we still write exams. One of my master's exams I was writing, got to a time I nearly was writing shorthands. You know, I normally
these abbreviations.
I was like,
please, you are writing PLS.
Yes, I just realized. So it was excessive use of it. So we should be able to know, balance it, and in balancing it, you determine that, you know, if the child is doing this more, you try to bring them down to be able to know that, you know, you can use this. And aside that too, the family should be able to have a time where we look at those African things, the proverbs. So, you know, those times we used to do this like that, like that. So the child sometimes can compare. Then what I'm doing like this is not right. Let me use the mommy style. So I know people say, oh, this one is mommy style. So sometimes they dress and say, this is mommy style. They are copying their mother. So today, let me go my mommy style, like more traditional. You know, today, let me go my daddy style. So you should be able to know when that we are talking about these digital things.
I'm asking this because there was a scenario where a father complained that the son came, he met elderly people.
Yeah.
Then he got there, hi guys. And the father got embarrassed.
Exactly. He will.
As if he didn't train his boy well.
Yeah, exactly.
And it became a whole problem.
Yeah.
That is why I'm asking this. When should children get to know? But I like the way that you're saying that we should educate them. When they can do their high five, and when to go the normal traditional way as people that they've been trained at home.
Yeah. So you see, if this parent, maybe the child didn't know that that was bad because maybe he was not taught. He doesn't know. Or sometimes too, he feel that, you know, they are the peers, so, you know, so there are so many, but that is wrong. What I'm saying here is that the parents should know. We shouldn't say, now we're talking about digital communication, so it's going to be purely digital communication always. You should be able to have time to train the kids the way that it was then, and also blend it with the new ways. You should be able to let the child know that when you meet elderly people, this is how we communicate. And when you meet your peers, this is how you communicate. Okay. So when you meet elderly people, when you meet your peers, you can say, hi guys. But when you meet your father, like my father, you cannot say those hi. He would quickly shut you down. There are times that I say, you know, these things, do it for when you see your people, when you see your brother and sister and all this. And so the parents should be able to know how you talk to their kids, how you should have time for the family, where you train them that there are certain things that you are doing today on a digital space, on your phone, or part of your communication pattern that cannot be extended to.
Okay.
So you see, we have
limitations.
A limitation. We have the positive and the negatives.
Okay, I was actually coming there.
Yes, so if you're looking at some of the positive, for the parents to be able to jeer with their children, able to understand their emotions, their ideas, the way they are looking into things now. However, if that becomes so much, it brings a lot of disadvantages. Now you see the culture of we Africans, with culture of we blacks, coming from the church background, every church and the way they train their people, the way they train their kids, you know. So coming with your church, you should know that, oh, this time, this is how we do it. Now, even in church, there are some certain communication patterns you should seize. When you are speaking to elderly people, there are some communication patterns that you should seize. This you can speak to your sister, you cannot speak to me as a father, you cannot speak to me as a mother. So the child is using such communication in the house. Because he has not been able to speak to you for you to correct him, he may extend it to your family setup. And that may be the reason why the child, because he has not do that. I believe that even if the father is there, only the father, and the child comes and say, "Hi, daddy," like, you know, sometimes the father will say, "No, come here." Respect, you know, and it will try to guide the person and correct them. So the point here is that you should be able to set, as we're saying, the boundaries level. We should know when to come in with the digital ways and when to come in with the normal way. See, we cannot say that technology, so we are throwing away our way of doing things. They were the best. Then they are good, and they show us, like right now, if you
gives
go
us our identity,
the identity who we are. So we cannot say that we are trained that away because of technology. But however, we cannot also abandon technology because of the way we do things. So there is a there's a gap, and it's just a thin line. So that is where the parents need to sit down. The way you understand it, the way you say this. What we are saying, that we should be able to balance it.
Okay.
It shouldn't be like one is going up than the other. And we should understand when communication. See, it's everywhere in their language. If you are doing communication, I did a little bit of communication. So every setup and the way, the language we use.
That is true.
The child should know that these things you are doing should even be limited to some people.
Okay.
You know, if you meet your peers, you can do that with them. But when you meet me as a parent, you should be able to.
Mr. Jedu, I want to know, constant usage of the screen, does it have any eye effect?
Exactly, it do. You see, the more you watch on the screen, it gives you a lot of health disadvantages. So one of them is the eye. So especially you see the child picking the tablet, hiding often the light and only be on the screen, and you see them looking key onto the screen, it affects the eyes.
Okay.
It's emitting some emissions into the eyes, so it affects them. So the use of these digital things should be regulated in the house.
Right.
I believe the last time we sat here, we said that it should be regulated. You see, we have some control apps that after 8, the phone shuts down. You cannot browse on the internet. You cannot do this, and you see the parents too sometimes want to.
And all these controls are on our phones,
on our phones,
and laptops.
Yes, so
that we need to learn and use them.
So you see, sometimes the parents want to make their life easier for their kids, but the more it becomes easier, the more dangerous it becomes for the kids. So we should be able to know how. There should be regulations. Right, there should be, because we are talking about training, so there should be regulation that, okay, this time around, even if the kids come to home, they can be on WhatsApp maybe from 4 to 5. After that, you don't go on WhatsApp again. You know, don't go on social media. So you are regulating. Okay, you want to do research. Research is from 5 to 7. After 7, all technological devices go off. After 8, we have our prayers. We talk about what happens and those things. So that's where the children will start sharing some of the things with you. That mommy, today, this person did that, this person did that. And you start also understanding them. Okay. Now, the point we are saying here is that we should allow the kids to flow with us in any language they want to do. But in that, if we see that the languages are harmful, we correct them. Okay. But there are some homes that the kids don't even feel appetizing to use their language on us. So they just keep quiet.
And that is more dangerous.
That is more dangerous. They won't share with you. So, and when they start sharing with you, you should be able to know how. That's why you are a parent. You've seen, you are able to, you've gone through a lot of life processes. So you know how you talk to your own children, how you protect them. You see, now it's becoming a little bit difficult. You see, when it talks about balancing the traditional way with the digital way. But that is where we are now. And that is why the parents, we need to also do a little bit of education.
Apart from the digital space, getting to understand what is there, job creation-wise, is it helping?
Yeah. So you see...
because where you come there, we see most of these guys, and we think they are doing Yahoo. So every guy we see on the tech space or doing something with technology, oh, these people, they are Yahoo. So what is there? Job-wise, is it good?
Right, so you see, technology is providing a lot of jobs and it's solving a lot of unemployment. You know, it depends on what you are doing. And we have been some of the beneficiaries on the internet. I'm on almost about 10 TV stations, if I may say, because of technology. Because of my phone that I started doing something, because of my skills. You see, so coming on the technology, it's always one thing. You see, it's the skill. It's the skill. So after getting the skill, then we will show you how to monetize your skills.
All right.
So if you have something doing, then we can monetize it. I know how to speak well. Do you know that there are platforms like AkoBooks, that there are books that they want people to translate them into audio form for them to pay them? Is there? You can speak the Nzima very well. There's a book written in English. They want it to be sent to Nzima. You can write very well. Do you know that there are freelancing jobs that you can do as a student? You like playing games. Do you know that there are some games that are, we call them survey games, that is being developed for people to test to see how strength it is. Then they give you some points accumulated for doing some purchases, the swag bags, you know. So these are opportunities there. But you see, the problem here is that because we are not learning, it becomes more God on us. Because we don't know, anything that you don't know becomes a disadvantage to you. So if you don't know the thing now becomes harmful to you. But the minute you start knowing how it is, so even if it's cutlass, if I don't know cutlass, I may use my hand on it and it will cut me. But if I know how to do it, I'll use it to weed. I'll use it to cut big trees, you know. So the fact that we don't know and we are not looking to know, we are not really searching for it well. You see, the perception and the narrations of these digital stars, we got them wrong from the Sakawa living time. You see, and you should be able to know what your child is doing. Some of them are doing betting. That is very bad. I believe that if your child, you started this training, church, Sabbath school, your child already knows what is good and bad.
That is true.
And that's not the time for you to show the child, because the tree has already been formed. It's difficult to shape it then. And that is why it is important to start holistic training with them now while they are young. So it is not now that my father is coming to tell me that DK, betting is bad. I know it, so I wouldn't engage myself in it. I rather look for good opportunities on the internet to the bad ones, you see. So the internet has a lot of opportunities, but then again, if you don't know, you don't know. And one thing I want people to know, the youth watching me, is that there is no easy and shortcut way on the internet. There's no money growing machine on the internet. The only people the internet is favoring are people with skills. When I talk about skills, I'm talking about creatives, potentials. And then other people have been able to see their potentials and they are monetize it. We have people who have creativity, they are creatives. They have the potentials, but they are unable to monetize it. That's why you have to see people like you and counselors to be able to guide you digitally so that you can be able to monetize such creatives. So yes, the opportunities there. The opportunities are available for you on the internet.
Now our time is going fast, but I want us to look at this. Parents now are interested in what you are saying. They want to see how they can learn. And move on. Are there some websites or some books, some audios or programs that will help them learn?
So good. So first of all, we started with knowing about the emoji. So we have what we call the encyclopedia. You know, that's where we go get a lot of information from. We have the Wikipedia to get a lot of information about bios of our people. Then we have what we call the Emojipedia.
Emojipedia.
Exactly. Emojipedia. P-E-D-I.
Getting to know more about the emojis.
So that's a platform so that you understand what your child is saying. Emojipedia.
So if I pick my phone
just go
and
to Google.
Go to Google, I type Emojipedia. It will bring me all the emojis
So
and explain, just like you were showing to us earlier on.
So it's like a dictionary of emojis. Emojipedia.
Lovely. So it is on the screen. So these are samples of the Emojipedia. The first one is talking about what? Growing face?
Green face with mouth. So these things are all smiling face with what? Hello. We have a lot of them.
So when I see these images anywhere, I should now know
what
they are. Not so it shouldn't be just writing all the time. So apart from the Emojipedia, how else can we learn?
So we can also go to platforms like Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary.
Or Urban Dictionary.
Okay.
Exactly right. So that is about this. Now we're talking about how to get some knowledge in what we are talking about today. We have platforms like Digital Defend.
Digital Defense.
Defend. So digital, right? D-I-G-I-T-A-L.
Okay.
D-E-F-Y-N-D.
Oh, F-Y-N-D, defend.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it depends on the school you went. That's how you could mention it. So we are talking about the government school. That's how you mention it. So that's how I'm spread this for you.
All right.
This technology English, right?
All right.
That is one. So it has the after COVID, the internet decided to do give some opportunities to people to learn across diverse areas of expertise. So we are talking about how to train children, digital marketing, and all these things we spoke about. You can get it from the Digital Defense. So we go there, you go to free courses. They have almost about 45,000 courses for you for free.
And they are free?
They are free.
I'm not going to pay for anything?
You pay nothing. And some of them are coming from Harvard, MIT, with certification.
Okay.
You know how we love certificates. Yeah. So you will be backed with a document showing that you've gained that. Something. And that could be attached to your degree that you are using. Now, I know every company, if you are part of the HR, one of the elements they are looking for person with technological background, irrespective of the area. So these are going to give you more opportunity. Then we have one thing also from Google. You know how powerful Google is. So Google has what we call they call it Skillshare or the Google Digital Garage. You go to Google platform and you just search for Google Digital Garage, right? You have these courses available for you. As a parent, you can just schedule it based on your time. And it is in language. The only challenge is that it's not in our local language, but you can have English, French, and other to translate it. Then you can go to it, they will show you step by step. However, we can also utilize our YouTube. So whatever you're looking for, you search for it. Verify the content provider. YouTube is a money-making platform, so people talk the so chaff things there. So verify the provider. Some of the platforms, they do good research. Somebody may not just hear something and just go and put it on YouTube. So you verify the content provider, and then you learn from there. So you learn from YouTube, you learn from Digital Defend. Those are courses you get from Google Digital Garage, Emojipedia, Urban Dictionary. You know, all these platforms are there. And we are a little bit elite, you know. You have a lot of courses on LinkedIn. You have LinkedIn courses that we can also take advantage of as parents.
So you're saying that all these platforms you're talking about, especially the LinkedIn, the Google Digital Space, the Emojipedia and all that, they are all platforms that are available for us.
Exactly.
But because we don't know.
Yeah. So that's where I'm making a humble appeal that then we speak to the women ministry, the men ministry, the youth ministry, to start looking for these expertise to train our youth. So become blessing to the church. So if 2 or 3 people know this, you know, Adventist, the way of our worship is so lovely that we have every Sabbath, you have space for training.
You learn something.
Yeah. It's just because it's a cry here, some of the churches are not, you see them closing after 1. But you see, most of the churches, even they have afternoon program. And the afternoon programs is not for church business meeting. That's not where you're calling the elders to come and meet for church business meeting. It's to train the people. And if for church business meeting, Sunday, do it. You understand that? That is other day. But what we are saying today is that we should be able to train the youth so that they also train. I
see you are closing up for me. Share your final thoughts.
My final thought is what I'm saying.
Okay.
My final thought is that I want us to be more blessings to the people. Somebody, we may not be able, somebody want to ask a question, but this is a TV, there's a distance. So I know there are a lot of these guys that are good already in these areas. Let's give them the opportunities to share with the church, train the church, so that at least we will know in our local languages. It will help the families. That is one of the. Aside that, what we have to know is that I want to speak to the children watching me. You should know that this digital communication we have barriers. When to use them and when not to use them, and who to use it on and who not to use it on. So you using it should know whom are you talking to. The fact that you see me physically and you say please doesn't mean that when you're on the your mobile phone sending me message, you don't have to use please because of these emojis. Please, those are courteous. You should be courteous in your ways of communicating. And the parents should please, now this is where we have got into. We just have to find a way to adapt to it, adjust ourselves, get more knowledge on this so that you be man. The reason why you go up and down every day are these your children. You don't leave them to the mercies of this technology for people to take advantage of them. Let's help them and train them.
Wow. I always say that on Love at Home, we learn, unlearn, and learn. So today too, we've shared another one. Let's keep on discussing this. But what I am so grateful is that now we know that parenting is not just giving birth. Parenting is not just paying school fees or giving the child something to wear. It goes more beyond that. Looking for time to involve your children through proper communication. Getting time for them to discuss issues bothering them. Today we've gone through another way through the digital space. I'm sure you are asking yourselves questions. If you are not doing them, it's not too late. Go back, make the children your friends, and you can start learning more. He has shared with us so many platforms that is going to help us. We should not be shy to go back and learn. No, there's no age limit on learning. We can always learn and unlearn and learn so that we always become better to our children. Then children will also be better to the families and then the parents that we have. At the end of the day, the nation, your community, your family should benefit and say that it is worth having you in our family. Same time next week, we come into your hands again with another interesting topic. But I want to say thank you so much, Mr. David Jedu, for passing through to share this knowledge with us. I'm sure we keep on learning every time. I am Efia Sewa Mansa, and good night. Bye-bye.